away for a while. It's the EverRise AMA theme song. If you know the words, you can sing along. While you wait instead of nothing to hear, let this sweet little jingle tickle your ears. So let's get ready for the AMA. It's about to get underway. It's the EverRise AMA theme song.
Hey everyone, excuse my voice, but happy Saturday. How are we all doing?
Hey Jen.
Hey Jason, hey Suresh, how's it going?
Hey, yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, excited to be here. I think this is an amazing way to kick off the weekend. Before I hand the mic over to Suresh, I do just want to give you guys a quick update on the Mune Ape giveaway. This will be something that we will probably announce on Monday and reach out to the winner. You'll see it on Telegram, Twitter, all the other places. Hopefully the winner gets back to us, and then we'll reiterate that again if we have an AMA on Tuesday. So I've been seeing a lot of questions in chat, so I just wanted to address that. But without further ado, Suresh?
Yeah, thanks, Jen. Hi, guys. So, yeah, hope all of you are watching the markets, the entire crypto for the whole 1 week or 2 weeks, how they have been performing, or like how we are performing. And I've been thinking like what exactly we can do. Like, I mean, we are building apps and we want to go to multiple chains. So when the markets are like this, I mean, see, we love crypto. So we are not gonna, even if it bleeds further, it's fine. It will come back. I mean, we believe in it. So we are not gonna escape that point. So, but what we can do, I mean, we have to adjust to the market conditions and we have to make sure that we are in a good position when it bounces back. That is the reason, like, we have been thinking, we have the infrastructure, we have the apps ready. So why can't we go to a new chain? So we create the contracts and we are ready to go. And not only one, we are going with 2 chains with Phantom and Avalanche. So the thing is, that is the reason I created the voting in the midnight, like for me, so that we can, I mean, we want to utilize these prices. When the entire crypto goes back up, I mean, we want to ride with them. I mean, I have been saying, right, with EverRise, we all rise together. We need to rise with all the crypto. Like whenever they rise, even we have to go with them. So we have to take that advantage. So that is the reason. If you look at both Phantom and Avalanche, they fell so hard along with Poly. So I thought it is better if we actually shuffle the liquidity between the 5 chains so that we'll be in a better position in the future. So the way we are going to do is like once the voting ends today, I mean, the reason why we create only on BSC is BSC liquidity is locked, but not the other 2. So once the voting ends, we'll take the liquidity from all the 3 chains and we'll split it across Phantom and Avalanche. The way how much we take out is from BSC, we take out 25%, and from ETH, we take out 25%, and Poly, we take 50% out. Because Poly, we have, if you observe for the past 1 month or 2 months, like since we launched V2, Poly appreciated so much, even though it fell right now. And the entire proportion is literally changed on the Poly side. The liquidity is not actually matching with what we have in ETH or BSC. So I always wondered, I mean, how do we, because there is no volume, we have liquidity sitting there, nobody's actually coming up there. So instead of that, we can actually utilize another chain. And this crash is right, it gave an opportunity for us to think about other chains. And that is the reason we are actually taking 50% from the Poly out and 25% each from BS and ETH. And we'll basically Poly, Avax and Phantom, all the 3 will have almost close to equal, and ETH and BSC will have a little bit extra because we still feel that more volume will be here only. and we'll have more opportunities. We'll have, and also like all the apps, like the bridge will be there between all the chains. The native coin swap will be there on all the chains. Even we'll have the EverSwap right from get go. Like you don't need to go to the dexes to actually trade it. So we'll have all the functionalities. And the thing is, like, we want to do it. We want to utilize this crash and we want to take this advantage, and we want to launch as early as possible. And this is also a test for us. How soon, because we have the apps and infrastructure ready, how soon we'll be able to ready to launch on both the chains. And we are thinking by tomorrow. So we'll be launching both Avax and Phantom tomorrow. I mean, again, as I said, I mean, this is really a test for us, like how fast we can do it. I mean, like we have, as soon as we deploy the contracts and everything, we'll take care of putting the liquidity, and we'll open the bridge like at least 2 to 3 hours before the actual live, so that people can actually move the tokens around and stake it and whatever you have. So yeah, let us, as I said, crypto is not going to die. I mean, you don't need to worry. I mean, if you keep seeing that, okay, it's crashing, I mean, it will go bad. And I mean, let it go. I mean, let it bleed. If we are already bleeding. So when it comes back up, we should be in a good position to come back very strong. Now we have only 3. In the future, we'll have like 5 chains to support us. So we'll be riding with them. So, and I mean, some people might be asking, like, I mean, what happened to, there will be so much FUD, like what happened to the NFTs? What is the migration? We are not delivering the promise. See, we want to adjust with the market. I mean, NFTs, they will come, but don't expect, like, I mean, they have any value or you are going to, we will work on them. I just want to like reiterate that our priority is always with respect to rise and markets, and we need to adjust to that. So, but we have the NFTs ready, in the sense the designs are there. We just need to work a little bit extra on the technical side. So that is, I just want to give clarity on that. So yeah, so I am super excited for tomorrow. Mostly, at least, yeah, we'll keep you guys updated, like as and when, once we take out the liquidity, once we move it. So once the contracts are ready, once the bridge is open, you will be able to move around and stake it. Yeah, this is,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Suresh, what you just said was like beautiful. Like in adverse market conditions, when everything is looking down and people are worried, this is a great opportunity for a lot of people, and it's also an opportunity for us as a project to expand and take advantage of being able to expand at a lower cost into these other chains. And I think that it's really important that the community knows that this is actually going to actually balance out the liquidity more for the poly side as well. And this is great. This is a great step forward in terms of taking our products and making them more available for more people on other chains.
Jason, just a heads up, your mic is a little a transformer-y.
Okay.
But yeah, just echoing Jason's point, I think, we don't stop building. Like Suresh and the entire development team doesn't stop building. And, you've heard myself, you've heard Waso say it, ultimately our goal is to bring our suite of DApps and applications to every chain that we possibly can. And this is a huge step for us. As Suresh said, it came a little faster than we anticipated, but he's fully prepared for it, and it makes sense, like it to be advantageous when the market is down. Also, hello, Waso.
Hey, Jen. Hey, everybody.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's open up the floor to some questions.
Is my
Dark
microphone
Moon
better
Source?
now?
No.
Okay.
Dark Moon Knight, the Floor is yours. Go ahead and unmute your mic in the bottom left-hand corner.
Hey guys, thanks for having me today. I've never been on an AMA.
Maybe like a couple months ago. They reached out to me. They said that they had wanted to create a rewards token that supported Rise and the Kraken, and they also had wanted to use EverOwn DApp. So we are not the same project team. We have no relationship, no responsibility with that project, other than they wanted to use EverOwn, one of our products, and their token, wanted to support the Rise token by, supporting the Kraken. So they're not related to us at all, but that's, all of the information about them that I know. Did that answer your question? All right. Awesome. I think he dropped off from a speaker to a listener. So I see him throwing up the 100%. All right, we can take another question.
I do see some questions in Discord. The native coin swap will support Avalanche and Phantom, correct, Suresh? Tomorrow?
Yes, it will support both. And before we take up one question, I forgot to talk about the Kraken funds and availability. I mean, I just saw one of the message. I just want to clarify on that. So we are not going to touch any of the Kraken funds from all the three chains. Like they will still be there. And for the new chains, it will be very minimal. We're just going to put very small amount of like 20 BNB each for each of them. But on February 1st, once the dev wallet unlocks on the V1, we take some of the liquidity out from the V1 and the entire will go to both Phantom and Avalanche for the Kraken funds. So yeah, we have to start with 0, but I am surely hoping that, it will eventually build up with all these bridges and all. So yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Rob, the floor is now yours.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for the opportunity. Just had a question regarding EverOwn and the number of current projects that are utilizing EverOwn, and if there is any type of forecasting in terms of what maybe goals may be over, let's say, 2022, and how we plan to expand to reach more projects and utilize the EverOwn platform. Thank you.
I could take that question. So regarding EverOwn onboarding, currently we have, I think, like 2 projects that are pending currently. They're just like finalizing some contract. I think both of the projects have already like bought the required Rise, and I think maybe even one of them staked already. We have brought on a small sales team. Currently we have 4 individuals, including myself. Yeah, it's 3 plus me that are going out and trying to onboard projects. EverOwn has been the type of product where many developers are kind of like a little hesitant to using it. The success that we had kind of early on came from several groups of developers that were launching multiple projects. And really what I took from the EverOwn sales early on to where we are now is that EverOwn is best sold like using word of mouth And it's usually, when communities are asking for it. So some of our, like upcoming marketing is going to include, the benefits of EverOwn, very community focused. And then, I'm expecting, we will reach a point where we should be able to see, like 2 projects at least on EverOwn every week. But as far as like your question for forecasting, we have a goal of getting, Jen, what was the number we discussed? Was it 100 projects by the end of the year?
Correct.
Currently, I think we have like 20, I believe, and the goal was to try and get 100 projects with, eventually at a minimum getting, 2 projects a week, which would put us, right at that 100 mark. Was there another question in there, by the way, that I missed? I just want to make sure.
I think Waso, you covered that. Just the forecasting, and then you kind of talked about. Seems like it's going to be kind of a natural, organic growth, right? When we start to. Them getting out and having conversations will have to have an effect as well for how to reach that forecasted goal. But yeah, that sounds awesome, and thanks so much for taking the time to answer that.
Yeah, and I just wanted to add on to that, this is our internal goal. These numbers are moving targets. As we increase adoption, we'll see how it measures up to the goal that we've set for ourselves internally. Sure. And really, I feel like the other thing with EverOwn, and we've talked about this on previous AMAs, where, some developers are saying we don't need it, the community trusts us. Other developers are, hesitant to hand over security of their smart contract, right? Because once they hand that over, they no longer are fully in control. There are 2 things that I really see. I see, one, we know that from some reports and data that's come out in the past couple of weeks, we believe that is estimated around $14 billion was stolen from cryptocurrency in 2021. And then you dig a little bit deeper into those numbers, we know that about $3.6 billion was taken from, direct scams such as rug pulls, liquidity drains, etc. 74% of that 3.6 billion is taken from DeFi protocols. Yeah. The writing is on the wall that projects need to find better security infrastructure if they want to survive in this space. And, the reality is there is no real DeFi security infrastructure right now, and EverRise is building it. And so what I do see happening is the projects that do choose to come onto EverOwn now, they're really getting ahead of the curve. Like I said, the writing's on the wall. More money every year keeps getting lost to scams, hackers, and fraud. And it's really up to the developers to make the decision that they need to secure their projects. And some of them don't think that they need to, and, only time will tell.
Yeah, that was gonna be my follow-up is, okay, how do you counteract those hesitations, right? And I think those numbers right then and there that you just went through, I mean, yeah, that tells a great story, right? And from a community aspect, I think projects that are taking this seriously and understand the risks that are associated, that just creates such a better adoption curve across the board for DeFi projects. So yeah, thank you for that information.
Definitely. I'll add one more comment to that, and that's those hesitations are, 1, product related, right? 2, team related. So a lot of these projects, they don't really know EverRise, right? And with EverSwap coming out, we've had some pretty serious interest thus far of some major projects that are, when I say major, I'm talking about projects that are within 50 to $100 million market cap, that are interested in using EverSwap. So for me, I think the more projects get familiar with the EverRise dApps, right? So maybe someone comes in on EverSwap because, they don't want to, have, their smart contract adding selling pressure on their chart, right? That's one of the biggest benefits of EverSwap. Once they're in with, us on that one dApp, there's an added layer of like comfort that comes with, the willingness to turn over your smart contract. So I think that all of the dApps actually like support one another in the sense that we bring somebody in to the EverRise family, and then it's much easier to introduce them to the other products, even ones like EverOwn, which is considered restrictive, from the developer's point of view.
Sure. Yeah. So just almost like a lower barrier of entry for them, right? Versus us making the ask to turn over security protocol. We have all these other dApps that can provide additional support to where they start to understand the true value of what the entire suite of the EverRise products could mean for their project.
Exactly. Like there's I'll tell you guys, this is a little funny, right? But I'm friends with a lot of devs that launch ETH projects, for example. And there's this joke that Wasso is asking to take our smart contracts away. And now the joke in with this group of guys is, well, Wasso and EverRise now are trying to, reduce sell pressure on our charts. It's a completely different conversation, asking someone to turn over their smart contract versus asking to support their chart. It's so, like you said, man, I think the barrier of entry is going to get a little easier for us over time.
Very good. Thank you all. Yeah, thank you all for the great work you're doing as well. Really excited to be a part of this community and really excited for the future. So thank you for everything.
Thank you. Code Caliber? That one sounds a lot better. Code Caliber, the floor is yours. Go ahead and unmute your mic in the bottom left-hand corner.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Hey. We are good. Had some fun news today, right?
Yeah, it was really nice. But that was the vote for FTM, I guess?
Correct. It's the vote to unlock liquidity for us to go to Phantom as well as Avalanche.
Okay, so the Everlock and the EverOwn dApps, I'm kind of interested in those. And I was wondering if you're going to add other chains, because I'm actually building or have already made a contract in Moonriver chain, and I was wondering if you ever going to add that so I can basically use EverOwn with that.
I could take that. Our goal at Rise is to bring all of our dApps to every chain. Currently we're on BSC, ETH, and Binance. We're adding, like you heard, Phantom and Avalanche. To be honest with you, man, I think there's a couple more chains that we're going to get on before we hit Moonriver. Maybe, Kronos might be next. Eventually, Solana, they're becoming EVM compatible. But the goal is to hit every chain. So I would definitely answer that question with not in the short term, but on our radar.
Cool. Of course, I'm not releasing anything right now. It's just, I'm just waiting for this bloodbath to be over, to be honest with you guys. When it is a bloodbath out there, that's the time to actually start working. That's what I think, at least. So that's why I also asked that question. Because I really want to use I'm a long-term holder as well, so I'm really interested in using that. So hopefully you guys will get that in a short time. I don't know, 2-3 months, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
No, I was just echoing what you're saying, really. I mean, our kind of vision is to take our ecosystem across as many chains and DeFi ecosystems as possible. And that also answers Alan's question in YouTube, because I am actually monitoring the YouTube chat as well, and there's some questions in there. But we want to take our products and services to as many chains as possible. And like I've always said, we've got to do it in a staged, methodical approach. We can't just start dividing up liquidity pools and going across to multiple extra chains. We have to do it in a measured way. And, this opportunity's just so happened come that we can take advantage of the market conditions, as well as, free up some excess liquidity that we've generated in the Polygon side. But certainly, we, like Wasu said, we don't take anything off the table, and certainly, the more the project grows, the more chains we can get to quicker.
Cool. Yeah, that's nice to hear, actually. Otherwise, I think you guys are doing a great job. I want to give you that. I've actually tested all of your dApps that are out right now, and they actually work flawlessly. To be honest with you guys, super fast. Only thing is that I have to complain is probably just the UI, but I heard that you guys are working on that, so I'm not worried at all. But as soon as that UI actually comes out, I think this is going to be great actually for you guys.
I couldn't agree more. All right.
Thank you guys.
No problem. A-Right, I think, is that how you say that?
Yes, thank you.
No problem. The floor is now yours.
Awesome. I got on the call a little late, and I apologize if this is a silly question. But so if you have time, can you tell me just the steps from A to Z if we want to implement our contract on EverSwap or EverOwn? Is it something that we can do just by entering contract information on your website, or will we need to be in communication with like a particular facet of your project?
So I would say, by the way, I'm Waso. I'm our director of business development. How are you, man?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm happy to hear you. So first, I would definitely say it's good to be in contact with our team. For EverOwn, we require things like an audit. So we will actually need you to like send us the audit so we could review that. Like the signing up process is like completely like decentralized. So like you could kind of do that on your own, but there is actually like an approval step in EverOwn where, like I said, we'll review the audit, and then, we specify whether a project, someone on the project team is KYC'd and doxed. That's completely optional, but we do specify it for people to know. So like that is information that, you would send to us privately. First you could definitely send me a DM, and I will probably send it with your Telegram handle, and I could shoot you a note there or an email address. So that's for EverOwn. For as far as EverSwap, same idea. You're going to want to be in contact with myself, and then I could link you up with our tech team as well, because we're going to need to build out your profile on EverSwap for when your users do come and choose to use EverSwap to swap.
Got you. And all right, just hypothetically, say I launched a project and then I was able to implement the EverSwap and EverOwn. Is that something we can kind of wear on our sleeve as the owner of a coin or the dev team of a coin, that we have a partnership with EverRise? Are we able to kind of say it in that sense?
You wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't necessarily be able to say that you have a direct partnership with EverRise, but you would definitely be able to have like a badge on your website that's like who we work with. We have a couple of different badges that we've created. One is specifically for EverOwn, where you can call out that your project is secure on EverOwn. And then we would probably have a similar badge for EverSwap once we make that available for other projects.
Awesome. And then, I'm sorry, one last question. As far as the contract being renounced, is there any you guys have any sort of preference, whether it is or isn't?
So EverOwn is a smart contract locker. So the way it works is you would take your smart contract, it would need to have the transfer ownership function, and you would send it into the EverOwn locker. Once it's in that locker, you won't have any access to change any functions. If you ever need to make a change, you would go ahead and request to reclaim the contract, at which a snapshot is taken of all of your tokens wallet holders, and then a vote begins. So they would come to the EverOwn DApp, Wallet Connect, and vote on whether they agree or disagree with that proposed change. If that vote's successful, you'll be able to get access to the smart contract to make that change. So if the contract is renounced, it doesn't work with EverOwn. EverOwn is actually a solution to help people not renounce.
Gotcha, that makes sense. And then
But-
the vote is done through some sort of vessel you guys create on your website.
Yeah, that's what we created. It's
Okay.
it's based on DAO methodology. The voting is done off chain. This way, there's no gas to the users. And then, once the voting is completed, it's automatically set to, send a signal to the smart contract on whether yes or no to unlock or keep it locked.
All right, that's awesome, man. You guys are doing really, really awesome things. So I appreciate what you guys are doing for the space.
No problem, man. And last thing I'll say is this: if your contract's renounced, we can bring it back to life with EverMigrate if you're interested in that. So EverMigrates is a tool that's used to move from one contract to another, and it's basically a solution to airdrops. So if you're interested in, getting access to your smart contract because it's renounced, we can also talk about that offline a bit.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
All right, man. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, Jay Crypto, you just disappeared. Mary, the floor is now yours. Hey, Mary, how's it going? You might need to unmute your mic in the bottom left-hand corner. All right, well, Mary gets that sorted out. Divine, I'm going to bring you on up.
Good
Hey,
evening. Good evening from Nigeria. I am so happy to be part of this room, and this room gives me opportunity now to to ask questions and possibly know more about EverRise, the stage in the development process of this project, and of course to express my joy over being part of this project. Actually, I bought EverRise Volume V1, so I have been away from Twitter due to the fact that Twitter usage has been banned in my country for some time now. So I just hook up again in Twitter over the ban that was lifted from my country over on Twitter. So please, I want to ask, how do is there any possibility that I see use my EverRise again? I mean EverRise V1, or it's totally lost, lost investment I have been part of.
No. It's not. So it's not lost. We have the migration to our V2 contract open for EverRise V1 holders indefinitely. If you go to everrise.com, you'll see that we have a blog and article section within our website. If you click in there, there's actually a blog post that's a guide on how to migrate your V1 contract or your V1 tokens over to your V2 Rise tokens.
There's a video there and a step-by-step
Okay,
process
thank
too,
you.
man.
So I should just log into EverRise website. From there, I will see the instruction, possibly on how to regain my money back.
What you'll see is the steps on how to migrate your V1 tokens to V2 tokens. The V1 tokens are now worthless. However, the V2 tokens, certainly have value. But like Jen said, it's on the blog section. There's a video there. There's like a step-by-step process. And if you want a little bit more of like a technical education, it's all the way on the bottom.
This is
And then
a
if
big
you run it-
relief because I've been thinking so much about how to get my money back. So I'm happy to be part.
Awesome. Well, also, if you run into any problems, you can actually, there's a support chat on our website, so you can always send a message there if you do run into problems during migration, or you can hop into our Telegram group and there will be someone there who can help you migrate. All right, on that note, I'm going to bring up the builder. Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. How's it going?
I'm good. I'm really glad to be part of this project. It's been awesome since last year I've been on this project. I just noticed some things on Coin Market Cap. I was searching for Rise and I saw that there are so many Rise on Coin Market Cap. Is there something you guys are doing about it? I mean, it's terrifying.
So actually, our coin market cap is verified with the supply. And if you were to look at the URL, our URL for coin market cap is coinmarketcap.com/currencies/EverRise. So that's the only one and the official one. Anything else there would be inaccurate. The V1 contract is still on CoinMarketCap, but you'll see that it's been designated as old.
All right, thank you so much. That's my question for today.
No problem. Thank you. Ahmed, I think that's how you pronounce that. The floor is now yours. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear
can
you.
Okay. I wanted to ask about the compounding interest. Someone told me that after staking, like if you stake for 12 months, after the end of the stake, you will get 12 times the staked amount. I don't know how to read it.
So you don't get 12 times the staked amount. What happens, the way our staking pool is set up is users have the ability to stake between 1 to 12 months. Your stake is a percentage of the overall pool. So if I stake 100 Rise and you stake 100 Rise and I stake for 2 months and you stake for 12 months, you're going to get 6 times the rewards I do. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, I understand.
So, yes, exactly. So, but if you go on the app.everrise.com, or if you just go on everrise.com, everstake, and click launch app, and once you're on the everstake page, you can connect your wallet and you'll see there, the rewards. And we've actually added showing the rewards in USD equivalent.
Yes, I saw it. And after the duration for the stake, and my coins will automatically go back to my wallet.
No, you will need to withdraw them. And once you withdraw them, they'll go back to your wallet. By the way, at any point you can withdraw the stake rewards. So if you stake like 100 Rise and you get like 3 stake rewards in the first month, you can actually pull those 3. The rewards aren't locked in the stake, but you need to manually go and withdraw the stake. But as long as you're staked, you're still earning, even if you go over, the end of your staking contract.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem, man. Thanks for coming up here.
Thank you.
All right. NDA SafeMoon, the floor is now yours. How's it going? You might need to unmute your mic in the bottom left-hand corner.
Was it me, Jen?
It was you. Hey, you're back.
Yeah, it was connecting for a little while. Awesome. Love the 2 chains coming. That's a 2 chains reference. I was just thinking, how? No, not even how. Any word on the build out for the Ever wallet?
Suresh, I'll let you take that one.
No, nothing, no comment at this point because there are so many things going on. I don't even know what is going on, but yeah, but one thing I can say is before our wallet we get our sale. So, but yeah, we have everything ready, but at the same time we have a small team like working. So I can't give you any date on our wallet or our sale, but what I'm thinking is the order will be like first will be our sale, next will be our wallet. So by this, you can actually assume that it will be a little late for our wallet.
Sounds good. Yeah, I kept hearing the word app being mentioned on the last answer there, and I was just thinking like, wow, would it be pretty badass to have the Ever wallet come out and then have the D apps, so to speak, on the wallet as well as a function. So thank you again. Love the project. Love you guys. Here to help out whenever's needed. Stay safe and enjoy your day.
Thanks for popping in, man. You too.
Peter, welcome to the stage. The floor is now yours. You just might need to unmute your mic in the bottom left-hand corner.
Hey guys, congratulations. What a terrific achievement. Titan, the question is for you regarding the staking in Krakens. I would assume that the function is the same, which is 100 million worth of traded Rise triggers to Kraken, and then it buys back in an amount commensurate with its sort of reserves. Is that accurate?
No. Yeah, basically when we launched the V2, I was a little optimistic that we'll get more volume because of all these, but that is the reason we actually fixed it and we did not provide any configurable function to change it. But right now with Avalanche and Phantom, it will be configurable and it will not be 100 million. Like we might go with 5 million, 10 million, like depends on the situations for both of them.
Okay, great to know. Thanks.
Yeah.
Awesome. How? The floor is now yours.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey guys.
How's it
How's it
going?
going? I'm doing okay. Trying to catch up on sleep here, but I was just going to say I think so, yeah, this early this morning when I was up bottle feeding my daughter, I saw that Titan Suresh tweeted about Phantom coming online. and and I was like, whoa, okay, this is nice. I guess the question that I have is for the team, is there a way for us as EverRise holders to know when to vote or like get an alert or something of that nature? I mean, I guess this is kind of twofold in a sense where it's kind of like you have the suspense of projects or something, you know, exciting coming online. So I guess my question is there any, other than logging into EverOwn itself through your wallet whenever the contract is unlocked to vote, is there like do you guys send out something to us or how does that work?
Yeah, so usually everything will get posted on Telegram first. We'll be posting the voting link again on Twitter this morning.
Gotcha.
It came online late last night. But honestly, the best place would be if you want constant updates in real time when they're happening, the best place to get them will be via Telegram.
Telegram, okay. I don't have Telegram, so I guess I just have to download that and then I'll be up to speed on whenever there's a voting process going on. I mean, I just logged in and voted, so
come join the madness.
Yeah, not that I'm going to oppose anything, you know, because you guys have been terrific ever since the beginning. Titan, you're a beast. I think you're the best in the game. Honestly, I'm excited to be a part of this project. But just that was my only question. Keep up the good work, guys. I love what you're doing, and I think the community, the risers, our interaction on social media is terrific. Just keep up the good work, and you know we'll be heard. I mean, I don't think no one in this space is doing what we're doing, so it'll be only a matter of time before everyone gets EverRise.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself, Hal. Thank you so much for your comments and kind words. Cryptonaut, bringing you on up. The floor is now yours. Hey, Cryptonaut, how's it going? He might still be connecting. Jason, in the meantime, is there any questions from YouTube that you're seeing?
Is it my turn to speak? Sorry. I'm really sorry for interrupting. So
I don't think he can hear you, Jason. He's talking over you a little bit.
Cryptonaut, go for it.
I'm really happy to. Yeah, I'm really happy to for having this chance to speak on this floor. I would like to thank everyone on the team because you guys are making amazing things on crypto space and you are providing so many things for developing the crypto. And I would like to personally thank Mr. Suresh Garu. Maybe I can.
You broke up a little bit. You said you thanks Suresh, and then you broke up a little bit, my man.
I can see that the full page is one question. Oh, am I audible now?
Yeah, hold on. Give us 1 second real quick. Was anyone able to hear his question?
No.
In the Trust wallet, the UI is not good to view the rewards, the price of the value of the tokens is not visible properly, I guess.
If you
is
have
it the same problem for everyone or for me only?
Yeah, so if you have staked your V2 tokens, you'll actually need to log into EverStake to see your rewards and their value.
No, I believe he was mainly asking about the UI where he is not able to see on the iPhone. I think with the new UI, everything will be good. So.
All right. Well, let me bring up one more speaker, or let me bring up like 2 or 3 more questions, Jason, and then we'll rapid fire through some YouTube questions.
While we wait for the other speakers to pop in, hey guys, wish I could have been around the whole time today. Unfortunately, I had to help my brother move. He just got a new place, so you know how that is, but I'm super excited. I mean, 2 new chains is huge, just the beginning. This is what we need in order to be the kings and queens of decentralized finance. The EverRise ecosystem needs to be available everywhere, and this is one step towards that. So I'm super thankful for the team, super thankful for the community. I mean, you guys have been absolutely smashing it on Twitter. I've absolutely loved our pause chat Telegram chills these days. It's a lot of fun. never change. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep doing what we do. Obviously, the market isn't amazing, but it gave us the opportunity to branch out to these two more chains. So super thankful for that, and just really looking forward to seeing how we do on Avalanche and Phantom.
Couldn't have said it. Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. Sadiq, did I say that correctly? The floor is now yours. Oh, he disconnected. All right. Monty, welcome to the fun. How you doing?
Who'd you say, Jen? There's always a delay. Okay. There's always a delay on Twitter Spaces. But my question, and I don't know if you guys touched on it because I've been kind of in and out of service. Any updates on exchanges? I understand you guys have NDAs, but are you guys getting any closer to that? And another question was for TJ, if Mark Cuban ever reached out to you.
So can't speak about. I mean, he didn't reach out publicly on Twitter. That's all I can
say it. Appreciate that. Right on.
Absolutely. I love your profile picture, my friend. Hopefully, maybe you can win.
That's why I got it. I put out a tweet that said somebody's going to win this thing, so I'm maybe hoping for a little bit of juju by keeping it as my profile pic. As soon as someone else wins it, I promise I'll take it down because, I'm not that type of guy. But we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. And sorry, your first question about exchanges, Wasso, I'll let you take that if you'd like.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely take that question. So we've been targeting just kind of top exchanges, right? And these exchanges definitely, it takes a while to get listed on them. Like I'll give you an example of like with a top exchange, we had a hurdle that came up was that, we, for example, don't have any VCs, venture capitalists, big investors. So that's one of the hurdles that we're having a dialogue with the listing team on one project. Feedback we got from another top exchange was that you guys seem like you're doing way too much. What's your short-term plan? So we've built Jen and I and the rest of the team have been really putting together just a lot of investor decks, a lot of information out, about, how we raised funds, what's the schedule of our project coming out. What's the schedule of our dApps coming out? So, we haven't been rejected by any of the exchanges that we're talking to. I can certainly say that. We are, though, however, providing additional information to every exchange. Every exchange came back to us with, please send us a roadmap over the next 3 months. Please send us a list of investors. If you don't have investors, why have you not had investors? Well, we haven't needed to raise money. Why haven't you needed to raise money? Then we go into our tokenomics. We confirmed our tokenomics aren't an issue because we're able to whitelist. So it's just been a very, very long very, very long process. Which I definitely, what's the best word for this? I'm going to use underestimated. So that's where we are now. I'm hoping we could get, an exchange or two lined up, hopefully when the market's a little bit better. But that's exactly where we are on exchanges. We did have a listing offer from Bitmart, which we ended up holding off of because of, they had been hacked and we just weren't sure what the response would be like. But we are still waiting for, top 10 exchanges to, give us the final green light.
I just want to add to that,
Well,
Waso, if I can. The reason we haven't needed to raise money, and this is another differentiator between EverRise and a lot of other products, is that all the development on all of our D apps and everything that we release is done in-house. We don't need to outsource it. We don't need to pay ridiculous bills to hire other developers to build things for us. So that's like, just to address that hurdle. I mean, that's a big reason why we haven't needed to essentially raise capital. We're able to do things the way we have set up internally, which has been working for us. And now we're obviously reevaluating if we do want to bring on some big investors, just in terms of, to appease the exchanges and whatnot. But we're pretty confident. And as a team, I mean, we can safely say that anything that we want to build, we're able to do that without having to spend crazy money. It just costs us our time, which we already dedicate absolute fortune of already. So that's the VC front.
Well, I just want to say, man, I appreciate you guys, and I also appreciate how candid you guys are and your transparency. And even in that answer about the exchanges shows that you guys are really unique. And I mean, you guys are a gem of gems, man. And seriously, just keep it up, man. We are all behind you guys because we see the work you guys are putting in. So I appreciate you guys immensely.
Thank you very much, man.
All right, guys, I do see that we have a few more hands up, but some of the folks with hands up have been up here already. So, Jason, let's do some rapid fire questions from YouTube. No, I don't think so. I'm just very excited for you guys to see how it looks, and I think you'll all be very pleasantly surprised and pleased too once it's out. Yeah, and Jason, I'm just going to add on to that, and I'm just going to speak for myself. Like, this is my personal opinion. When I look at projects, like, yes, we are a DeFi project. Yes, do we have a token? Yeah, obviously we have a token. It does enable parts of our ecosystem to work in the way that they do. But what I look at is the utility that we are bringing with the ecosystem that we are building. I mentioned this at the beginning of the AMA, but really, guys, there is no security infrastructure in DeFi. Like, the ones that are there, it's like DeFi insurance, where you can get insurance on some of your assets up to a couple $100,000. We also obviously have like our audit companies that, what they're doing is they're auditing smart contracts and basically saying, like, here are the risks with this smart contract, and this is like where we would rank it. I've spent, I can't even tell you how many hours doing so much market research, building competitive charts, creating 2x2s for internal purposes, and just, Waso had mentioned that we were putting together some investment materials and just giving a little bit more of a peek into EverRise as a company. But again, it goes back to my point. There's no security infrastructure built out. Billions of dollars are being lost every year. That amount keeps going up year after year without fail. If you look at how much money was stolen in cryptocurrency in 2020 compared to 2021, like, I think it's up like 560%, if I'm recalling that stat off the top of my head correctly. So when I think about the value of EverRise, I look at the value of the dApps that we bring. And what does that mean for the ecosystem as a whole? What does that mean for DeFi as a whole? If we don't really have any competition within the space, that just tells me that EverRise is going to be the market leader in security. And I already feel like we are. We have brought so many dApps to the market. And now with today's announcement, expanding that ecosystem to not only exist on 3 blockchains, but 5. Like, that's the value to me right there. The value is creating tools and infrastructure for projects to provide assurances that their project is secure. We'll continue to release tools that do this, that actually benefit DeFi protocols and projects. And I totally lost my third point, but I think you guys get what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. There's a definite need for the utilities and tools that we're building and have released, and 5 DApps working out of 8. And, as TJ said in the AMA, we're planning on getting all of our announced DApps out by the end of Q1. So which is incredible. So quickly to go through a couple of things. A few people may have joined the spaces or the YouTube stream a bit late. So just to cover when Ada, Sol, Harmony, Kronos. Well, I can say that those chains are in the pipeline for the future, depending on what happens and how the project grows will certainly kind of impact on how fast we go onto further chains. And there's another question here from Franklin in YouTube saying, I migrated my V1 token and I can't see them in my wallet. What should I do? And I think, again, if you're having issues seeing the token, you need to add the V2 contract address, which you can find off of our website, everrise.com. To your wallet and essentially be able to see it that way. You won't be able to see it without adding it as a custom token or putting in the contract address. Any issues, you can go to the support on the website, or failing that, come into our Telegram and speak to one of the moderators or helpers. That's it. We're up to date, Jen.
Awesome. All right, guys. We are at the top of the hour now. So before we close out the spaces, I just want to see if TJ, Suresh, Waso, is there anything else you guys want to say?
Nothing that I haven't said already. I mean, you guys know my stance on what we're building and what we're doing. I think everything is moving a lot quicker than we anticipated, and the best part about that is we're not releasing things and they're breaking. I mean, everything goes through rigorous testing, and everything that we put out works and functions as intended. I mentioned this on the AMA Jen and I did with your pop on YouTube, but not to call out any other protocols or projects, but a big thing in DeFi and a reason a lot of people lose money is devs tend to overpromise and they tell you what you want to hear and they don't actually deliver. That's something that you don't have to worry about with EverRise. I mean, we're all extremely dedicated. You know that already. We're not going to stop, and we're excited to grow this with you, the community, because without you guys, this would be, a team of people building stuff with no eyes on it and no shilling and no spreading the positive energy that we've created. So I just want to express a big thank you to the community, and we won't let you down.
Suresh?
Nothing from my side. I mean, yeah, just stay safe. I mean, enjoy the weekend. I mean, don't worry about the markets and all. I mean, I see that people are worried about the markets. I mean, it will happen. I mean, you just need to think about future. Simple. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Mental well-being is very important in times like this, and it's really important that we have each other to talk to and support each other as we all go up and down as the markets move. Waso, did you have anything to say?
No final words for me. I'm excited about the new chains. Hoping this market corrects a bit. And someone said earlier, I think it might have been Suresh, that when things like this happen, you put your head down and you build and you try to make the best moves you can. Like, for example, I woke up this morning and found out we're going on 2 chains, and now I'm very excited. So it's a good time. So thank you, everybody.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in this weekend. We appreciate all of your support and we're so grateful. We're incredibly excited to be bringing EverRise to Avalanche and Phantom. And on that note, have a great weekend, everyone. We'll be building and we'll catch you over the next couple of days.
See you guys.
Take care, everyone.
Have a good one. Bye.